What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Mercury Fallen, where we may be, like, starving pretty soon. I don't know. I'm trying to get people to research. They're doing it right now. What they're doing is they're producing the plastics we need in order to put the piping in the walls so that we can have, like, electricity and stuff. I think it's happening right now. I think it's happening, but they're going to have to sleep through for a little bit. Oh, never mind. They're clunked out on the floor at the moment. What are you going to do? Clunked out on the floor. Sometimes you got to clunk out. It is, I call it clunking because when I hit the floor, it's like clunk. That's what it sounds like when I sleep. That is a actual audio representation of what it sounds like when I'm like clunk and I go to sleep. This is still not connected, so let's go ahead and have a look and see what's going on here because I may have missed something. So we have power. I need this to be not connected. Not enough power or structure enabled. How much does it consume? 125, so we're going to need a new generator in here too. So let's go ahead and make that happen. I'm going to put it right up next to the other one. I love the way that the generators look. They've got a very cool sci-fi feel to them that I think that you don't get from other games. Like some games will give you, I really do. I think that's the big part that I'm going to harp on with this game is that the visual aesthetic is just so on point. Like they did a great job with making this game just look beautiful. I like the way that it looks. In order to get that stuff right there, we're going to need, oh shit, we're going to need what looks like metals. Do we have metals? We do not have metals. We need iron ingots. So let's pause the game on up, and we're going to see what we can do here. I think we can get into our production menu. Biorefiner. Can I do anything different with this? Instead of structural resins, I can make bioplastics, but I don't think I can actually... Ooh, that's a rough one. Okay. What did I use up all my electricity on? Because I need my electricity to come back. I'm not even using this right now, so let's take this off the grid. Actually, instead of deconstructing it, I'm going to cancel that, and we'll just disable it. There we go. And so that should put that online. Now we're good. See, I don't have to, like... I think I need to research the thing that allows me to produce some ingots. So let's give it a look here. Let's give it a little look. I think they ate the raw potatoes. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. I don't know where the raw potatoes went. They were in here just a minute ago. Predators, where'd you run off to? Got 16 predators right there. Those aren't predators. Those are rocks of iron. And if you bite those, you will probably have to go to a dentist. It will probably suck for you. You will probably have to go just like take care of that. So we got basic production taken care of. What did that unlock for us? So we've got an ore refinery, a station to refine ore into usable metals. That's probably a good thing because we're going to need that right there. As for our next research, what do we want to jump into? We got biology. That's going to give us the clone chamber. That's going to give us food prep. That's going to give us, what utilities can we get here? An O2 generator, a water pump, a water conduit. Okay, so we got lots of little things in here. Clone chamber, metallurgy is going to give us the ability to do steel plates. Let's go ahead and recover that data right now. We'll have her go ahead and jump in on that, and if she doesn't jump in on it, we'll assume that somebody else will as well. I'm trying to keep this area as productive as possible so that we can start to mash out the things we need. Copper ingots, bioplastic, all that stuff. Let's get some bioplastics going. Let's, you know... I think if we can get like 35 bioplastics, that sounds really great to me. She's in the process over here getting this build done for this ore smelter, and it's got some kind of like... Oh, never mind. It just looked different when it was laid down. Okay. This over here can make iron ingots. I'm going to say to go ahead and make like 20 iron ingots and then like 20 copper ingots. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll make like 20 of those and 20 of those. Sounds good. We don't really have the manpower to get a lot of this stuff done right now, but... I think we'll pull through. I think we'll pull through. People have stuff to eat. People have things to go along with. Their stress levels are low right now, which is great. I don't know exactly what goes into the stress levels, if it works anything like oxygen not included, but I'm going to assume that it probably does. Is she going to go eat those predators? Oh, no, she's farming out the hemp right now. Good. We got our own little hydroponic farm going on. For those of you that missed the first episode, so here's the layout of our base. We got like a hydroponic farm on this side. The farming seems to be what causes the hitches, by the way. It looks like, for whatever reason, when she pulls the plants out of the ground, that's where it starts to get a little bit wonky and scary. I will more than likely like line this entire area just with storage crates as we get further into the game. I think that's a pretty solid idea. We got enough space for one or two more of them. So let's go ahead and we can press the R key to rotate stuff, and we'll just drop two more in right there. Actually, I'm going to cancel this one right here. I'm going to let it be a little bit away from the door because ain't nobody want to stub their toe. You know, you put storage mediums too close to a door, eventually somebody going to stub their toe, and then we're going to have a lawsuit on our hands, and I don't think we can handle that for right now. I don't think we can handle it. I'm going to get rid of the structure resin off there as well so that we can get the bioplastics moving. We got a scientisting over here on this side, doing scientisty things. Sounds good to me. We've also got some potatoes coming through. And we've also got a storage space for those potatoes. Yeah, it looks like the hitches in the graphics are due to the harvesting over here. So just in case, I do see the sticking on screen that's happening on mine too. It's not a remnant of the video. It's just part of the game, I guess. Something about the farming makes it just kind of hitch like that. On this side, bioplastics getting produced. As soon as we're done with the research over here, I'm probably going to shut this down, in all honesty. I'll probably shut this down once that's done, because I'm glad to see that the research goes rapidly. That's kind of nice. Allows you to advance through the game quickly. I wonder if that's going to be slowed down in the release version. Utilities-wise, O2 generators and water pumps. I think food prep is probably a good one to get after, but I'm going to look around. We got a standing lamp right there that is illuminating. We're eating raw food right now. I don't legitimately think that's going to be a lot of fun for anybody that's trying to eat just like stuff off the ground. And so I'm going to let them produce for a minute, and once we've got our power system back up, we'll start thinking about what we want to do next. As we were digging through the walls, I found an inactive robot over here. In between, they're still working on our production queue, and they've made a pretty good dent in it. I think they need a little bit more downtime to get it done just because I was mining for further resources. But if we've got a robot, activate it? Is it friendly? Oh, cool, we got ourselves a robot. Well, then you will be a miner and a hauler. And that means technically I can take mining off of these guys' tasks, because where did our other robot go? What's up with you, buddy? Oh, he just like powered down? Why did you power down? I like you, robot. Why did you power down? I want my robots to have cooler colors. I think I'm gonna go with like a green and gold pattern. That's like my Yep, that's the robot right there. That robot's looking fast AF. We'll grab this little guy down here too, and we'll do something similar. Make him nice and green and yellow. Dude, color coding your robots is a major part of your life. If you ain't color coding your robots, you're doing it wrong. They're not storing the potatoes inside these crates, strangely enough. I don't think it matters. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I would like them to be stored inside the crates, but it's just not happening. So hopefully these guys will get this task done in just a minute. We can get back to work. So now that we got multiple robots working and doing their thing, I think we've got some stuff to focus on here. I am going to have to get rid of these farms, I think, because that big lag spike thing that it's doing every now and again is just brutal. Like, it is not working out. And so I'm thinking maybe if I can just, like, I don't know, let's deconstruct, like, half of them, because we don't really need them in the first place. I'm thinking the O2 is related. After looking at it, I don't think it has to do with your colonists. I think it has to do with how much space you're using up. Oh, it does have to do with your colonists. Well, that's kind of odd. Either way, my game, so it wouldn't load my save. Here's what happened. As we played like 20 minutes forward into the future, the game started killing my colonists randomly, even though all their bars were fine. Like, I had a colonist just disappear into thin air. Like, he was walking and poof, he was gone. And I was like, holy shit, he's gone. Not entirely sure, so I had to roll back here. So this episode might have weird timing or anything like that, because I had to find a save that would work, and I had to, like, go back in time, basically, to make sure that things were functioning properly. It looks like that's going okay. I'm going to take these guys off hauling jobs. Oh, they're not on hauling jobs. Are they taking those somewhere else to construct with them? What are they doing right now? They're doing a thing. What research have I completed now that I've rolled all this back? We haven't done utilities, so we definitely need to do utilities. If we don't do utilities, we're going to find ourselves in a mess. Okay, I'm back where I was formulating all the stuff that I had. Ah, well, you know, that's life. It's the way things go sometimes, so be careful about putting too many farms in. That appears to get you into trouble every now and again. I will let them... Oh, good, our power conduit's back up, and that means everything should be ready to function. What I'll do then is I'll have that endlessly craft that. I will have this basically, nope, I will have this basically endlessly make bioplastic, except for when I want more. We have 20 steel sitting inside of that storage. Your potatoes don't get hauled to storage crates. In case you're wondering about that, that's not how that functions, so we'll just keep that on the DL for right now. After having cracked this open, let's see our new guy. So we've got Warren Lund. He's pretty good at just about everything. We could really put him on any team we truly want to. I'll probably leave him as an all-arounder. All-arounders will have gray outfits. We'll put them in white. White looks a little bit better. We'll put all-arounders in white outfits so that we know that they're doing all kinds of stuff. She's a botanist and a cook and a bunch of other stuff, so we'll put her in a green outfit so that we know what her job is looking like. There we go. A little bit more organized than it was before, and then in addition, I'm going to have them deconstruct that so we can get some parts out of it. That'll save us. Basically what happened before I rolled back the save is that we got to like day 16, and people got stuck. I deconstructed these farms down here, and like half my squad got stuck, and then they starved to death while they were running back and forth trying to deconstruct over and over and over again. I canceled the deconstruction, and they still just kept running back and forth. And so we had to roll back a little bit. We still have our robot, though. I mean, it's not that bad. We still got robots. The ore refinery is done with its crafting queue. Let's go ahead and finish off the biology project right there so we can begin cloning new people to come live here. And then I wanted to play around with utilities because obviously oxygen is not working right now. I don't think that's a thing that's functioning at the moment. What we can do is we can put this inside of our utility room. And we can have ourselves a little oxygen farm back in here. So there we go. Let's put it in an oxygen farm. I bet that'll be pretty legit. It's going to need like some steel and some other stuff, but I think if we can get it put together, it'll be all right. I think it'll look good. Oh, good. The little constructor robot's going to do it. I love robots, man. Robots are the coolest. If there was more robots in video games, I would be really way more stoked about robots. And that's just the gospel truth right there. Robots are badass, and I love them. Especially like little service robots like this. Like I would have mine. I put little kitty ears on it. I'd maybe put like some fur on it so that it was like a pet. And so you just be like, yeah, dude, that's my pet robot. What's up? So now we have oxygen. Is it working? I think oxygen is not actually in the game right now. After extensive testing, we have learned that apparently humans can't live without oxygen. Okay, I figured it was going to be an electrolyzer, and I was going to have to pull oxygen out of the ground in order to make everything work. But I guess that's the way it's going to be. Let's go ahead and get our sleeping situation all nice and taken care of. So there we go. Got some sleeping beds all ready to go. I'm not going to put a bed in that corner because it's going to bum me out because it's not going to line up properly, but instead, we will put in a lamp. And actually, that's what I'm going to do with every doorway, is that we're just going to put in lamps next to the doorway so that everything is nicely illuminated so that we can see, and so that there's like dancing colors everywhere. Everything's going to look sexy, and there's nothing to worry about. We just got to have everything looking good. And in the meantime, gonna save my game real quick. That's the lesson I learned, is that I need to save my game more frequently after what just happened. Save my game more frequently. There we go. And so we have a lamp right there. I can enable it for 5 watts of power, but I would have to run more power conduits. Weirdly enough, I'm okay with that. I just need more power conduits and everything will be fine. Well, fine then. Let's make some power conduits. There's also water conduits, but I don't think those are implemented yet. We'll just run this piping pretty much all through the walls. There we go. And so we'll have a whole bunch of lights turned on. I think it's going to look pretty rad in all honesty. I think it's going to look really cool. Nope, wrong conduit. Let me get some power conduits too. Yep, carry that on down to there, and then we'll have this run around to here and connect. What do the conduits cost, by the way? This costs bioplastic. That's all right. I can live with that. Let's get some more mining done because I get the feeling we are undoubtedly going to need a few more parts here. And so we'll throw that out to right there. Hey, maybe we'll find more colonists too. You never know. It could happen. Stranger things have occurred. There we go. I'll just put some up for the robots to do over the next little bit. And we will wait and see once everything... Oh, yeah, there's the little lights. They're coming on now. So awesome. I am really happy about that. I sincerely am. That's really cool. Nice. And so as they get those conduits run, life's gonna get better for us. Oh, it must be farming time. The game's hitching up again. It must be farming time. Every time she crouches down to pull weed from the soil, the entire game lags on out. It's okay. It's okay. When I'm on weed, the same thing happens to me. I just lag out. I can't take it. You guys keep mining and doing your thing. Very cool. I'm going to put you guys on mining diddly doodly for a little bit. There you go. Mining diddly doodly so that we can get that done a tad faster. All-Arounder's down here helping. I wish I could rename him because I would totally rename him All-Arounder. That would be his new name. He's also carrying a pocket full of potatoes around with him. Pocket full of predators. That's cool. She's sleeping. This lady loves her potatoes. She was sleeping with a handful of minerals. Oh, she's a geologist. That's what it is. She doesn't love potatoes. She loves minerals. She's one of my people. I found them. I found my people. My people are ready. My people are ready for us. Man, they are disappearing those walls with a quickness. No joke. Our mining operation has gotten up to like ridiculous peak efficiency. We are killing it right now as far as mining goes. Damn! Now that everything's back up and functioning, maybe not at peak optimal efficiency, but at some level of efficiency. We are producing some more stuff, but we've basically seen what there is in the game right now. All that's left is food prep, so we can make cooking stations, refrigerators, and kitchen floors. I think that's probably a good idea. I'll probably make this a combination kitchen/workroom over here. And so what we'll do in order to make that happen is let me mine this down this way. We'll give them a few more blocks to play around with. And that'll also supply us with a few more raw materials. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. That's what I was trying to get at. And then we'll put in a wall right here. And then we will put in a door on this side so that it connects to the next area that we're going to live inside. Are you enabled? There it goes. I was going to say, it's got to be functioning. Probably going to be difficult to sleep with that lamp on all the time, but better than no illumination at all because we scared of the dark. Space colonists are horrifyingly scared of the dark. They really sincerely are. We will go ahead and drag that down to there and let the robots do their thing. I will mine this one step further. Perfect. Get those rocks all out of the way. Those beautiful, wonderful, I almost said those dirty rocks, but then I'd be betraying my oath to the great rock kind. Then we'll take this over to here. As a geologist, you have to take an oath to obey and serve the rocks, regardless of what may occur. You got to do it, man. If you don't take the oath, we don't trust you. You got to take the oath to anthracite, the oath to covalite, the oath to plagioclase, the pledge to plagioclase. Even better, the pledge to plagioclase. I like that a lot better. That feels like it functions a bit more. It functions a bit more sweetly. Do you not agree? Do you not agree? Save again. I'm terrified that my game's going to crash on me. Man, our base is like, it takes a lot of materials. Like, we had to mine out all of that area just to get, like, this little cogent section right here. We also need to put walls back in over here. So there we go. Ah, she's obviously farming again. She's obviously farming again. Remember that time you farmed weed so hard that you suspended the laws of physics and time? How crazy was that, right? How crazy was that? Get that food prep up and running too, just in case. We can throw somebody on it. I'm pretty sure somebody in here is going to be able to work on it without too many problems. I disabled building on everybody because they were doing... I'm going to let the robots handle building from now on, because every time I send them out on a build task, they get stuck hauling, and they just stand there holding the items in their hand, and it says they're collecting items, but then they never conclude the job. The robots appear to do a little bit better of a job at constructing. So, robot... you be a builder, and I feel a little bit less sad about it, too. Like, if the robot dies, or the robot gets stuck and, like, can't get his job done, I feel less guilty about it. I don't know why, but I do. I feel a lot less guilty about it. I need to run a power conduit inside that wall right there, and then I'm going to put in my lamps so that people have nice, lovely areas to live in. And as soon as we finish all this off, that's basically the breadth of the game. And so we'll finish off our kitchen. We'll get the other stuff done. We're not producing... So do me a favor. I'm going to cancel bioplastic, and I'm going to put them both on whatever this resin is that we're building our base out of. I assume that we're using some kind of rubberized bullshit to build our base. That'll help them go a little bit faster so that construction concludes at a much more satisfactory pace. This area right here is going to be the kitchen. There we go. So if you were wishing for a kitchen, that's where it's at. And then we're going to take this down to the edge over here. We're going to install a door on that side, and it's going to look nice and loverly. This area is going to be a rec room. We'll just make this a recreational area where they can eat and have a good time, and we'll put in some tables and stuff over here. And that is going to be our crafting project for the day. As soon as they get that done, I think I'll have a lot more to be happy about. The robots are roboting. Everybody's, oh, they put in checkerboard floors. I love checkerboard. Checkerboard's the best. It comes from, see, when you're a kid and you have like a deep obsession with checkerboard flooring, that's how you know that you're destined someday to be an orc player in Warhammer 40k. If you find yourself just like dreaming about the beauty and the wonder of what is. Oh, good. We've got plenty of bioplastics over here. Well, then you guys, let's, I'm going to keep you guys going. I'm going to put him back on builders so that he can help out with that. And we can get that job done a tiny bit quicker. I will also put her on builders, strangely enough, because she ain't doing shit right now anyways. So we might as well have people jump in and assist with this massive construction project we have going down here. Coming along nicely, in fact. I'm glad. We got the flooring almost done in the kitchen area, which means I'll probably start setting up conduits as well, because my assumption is that we're going to need a pretty good grip of conduits running down here to the kitchen. And so I'm going to run that to there. I'm not afraid to run a pipe. There we go. So I'll run a pipe down to this area, and then I will probably actually cancel out the pipe that they got going on right there. Can I cancel that? No? Well, that's fine. They're not going to be able to build it anyways. Dude, I love the LEDs that run around the rooms. That's like legitimately one of my favorite things ever. It looks amazing. Looks absolutely fantastic. How are we doing on potatoes over here? We have more potatoes than we are ever going to physically need. We have a lot of potatoes laying around. I assume at some point we're going to have to pump water, and I'm guessing that's where that comes in, is that we've got to pump water And then once we've started pumping water, we've actually got to get it to different areas. But I don't think anything actively uses water right now. We'll find out once I start making the cooking stations and whatnot. Might as well not make the cooking station too far from the front right there. So we'll go ahead and drop that in. How much does a cooking station take for power? A lot. I bet it takes a lot. I bet it takes a shit ton. Also, how much iron do I have right now? How many ingotatas of the iron? Oh, I've got plenty. Okay, cool. Yeah, they'll get that done at some point then, because construction on all these other areas is completely and totally concluded. So, oh, they're building the piping still. Okay, that makes sense. They're getting the piping done. Aside from that, where's the refrigerator at? They said we had a refrigerator from that last little part. Oh, there it is. Yeah, buddy. And so I think I'll probably put a refrigerator right there and a refrigerator right there. That's going to take steel ingots, though. Steel ingots, a bit rarer. A bit rarer, in all fairness. I will have like 10 steel ingots produced just so that we have that all taken care of. Then they go over here blowtorching and fabricating everything together to make our lives a little bit easier and more wonderful. And so once we do this, we can just make simple meals. That's pretty much it. Okay. Sounds good to me. Yeah, make like 50 of those doobers. Why not? I mean, we don't have multiple cooks, so it's not really going to matter. But they're putting the potatoes inside the refrigerator, which is absolutely fantastical. That makes me happy. I think this little meter at the top, too, measures how much storage you've actually utilized in the various areas of your base. Ooh, I like that rhyme. The various areas precarious. Yep. The various areas precarious. Gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, she's farming again. The world is frozen. The world is frozen. Do you want to farm a tater? Do you want to get a spud? I promise you it will make a fat meal. It will be great because... Oh, are you guys done with all your tasks? Oh, you actually finished it off, huh? Man, you guys killed it. I wasn't expecting that. Yes, hurry up and farm. Just continue freezing. Finish off freezing the world. Come on, buddy. Stop freezing the world. I believe in you. There you go. The world is no longer frozen. And that leaves us with eating tables, which presumably... Where does a table go? Did I screw this up? Might have screwed this up. It's built on a recreation floor. Well, that's a rec floor right there. Aw, bummer. How come it won't place? Maybe it's not implemented yet? No, I wanted to have a badass dining room where all my guys could get together and have fun and be happy. Well, fine then. I guess I'll clone some humans then. If I can't have what I want, nobody gets what I want. I don't know if the cloning bay is going to be large enough right there. We might need to expand out the offices over here. Let's put in a door. Will that just delete that right there? No, I got to deconstruct it first. Okay. We're going to get our clone facilities up and running then, because now I am disappointed. Is she cooking? Or is cooking not implemented yet either? Cooking might not be implemented yet either. But you know what? I still like the game. For all the things, for all the parts that are, for like all the parts and whatnot that are missing, the game still manages to be like a lot of fun. We'll make this like an expansion area. There we go. DLC expansion pack for the base. Everybody go over there and do the thing that I have ordered you to do with my godly constructive I run this base. We run this base powers. Get those things in there. There you go. That's how you do it. Dig that dirt. Dig that dirt. Till people want to make a calendar of you digging that dirt. How much bioplastics did we end up? Oh my god, so much. We ended up with so much. That's good though. I never have a surplus on any of this stuff. Never have a surplus. Let's get this cloning bay all nice and taken care of. And then we'll kind of wait and see what we can do with the rest of it. So I'm going to take that out to like there. Take that out to right there. And then this will just be like a cloning hive over here. I may put them all up against this wall since this is where the power's already run. Make it easier if nothing else. Yep. Put that in right there. Looks good to me. And then we will finalize this by dropping in walls. There we go. And we should have our cloning bay fairly soon. Yeah, I'll put all the cloning pods on this side since I've already run the piping in this wall. Makes things a little bit more organized and easy so I don't have to freak out about it. And this is basically Mercury Fallen. If you guys like what you saw here, you can go get the game for 20 bucks and you can invest in the game's future. It's in early access right now on itch.io. You can't get it on Steam or anything like that. So far from what I've seen, there are little hitches and, little problems with the overall way that the game functions here and there. just with like the logic of the little characters and the things that they try to do, it seems like they don't have good fail states. So like when they try to do something, they can't do it. It seems like they just spend all their time walking around in circles after that. So I'd like to see that, you know, slightly varied out a little bit. But I mean, other than that, the game seems to have a good head on its shoulders, and it seems to be trying to go in the right direction. I'm looking forward to seeing what it has for us in the future, but give me a few minutes and I'll get the cloning base set up so that with some level of finality, we can see the final feature of the game and get the whole thing moving. The cooking does not appear to be working. I have somebody on cooking right now, but she don't appear to be doing it. It might be because I put her on builder. I'll take her off builder, and maybe... There's been a lot of jobs for building lately. There's been a lot of jobs for building lately, so... I don't know. Maybe I take her off building. She'll get something done. Oh, the structures aren't connected. That's what went wrong right there. So how come nobody hauled a water pipe down here? It says it's connected to the main. Maybe we're maxed out on power right now? Probably the case. Yep, maxed out on power. Never mind. Food is implemented. I'm an idiot. It's like 90% of the time I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's not working right now because I'm used to early access games, which like have bits and pieces missing and they don't really tell you. And then I realize it's all part of my power structure. It is implemented. It's working fine. It's just me being an idiot. And I'm sure I guarantee you I will get comments. I will get comments. This is the burden that I choose to bear as a YouTuber. I will get comments. People will be like, WTF Splattercat, you're an idiot. Play the game and learn it first. And I'm like, that's not my job. My job is not to provide you with good gameplay. My job is to show off indie games and give you representative gameplay so you can decide if you want to purchase titles. If my job was being good at games, it would be a terrifying world that we live in. And then there she goes. She should be in here. These are all connected now? Ah, they need water as well. So water is implemented. Water is like a feature complete thing. Okay, we'll put in some water pumps then. That sounds fun. That sounds like an enjoyable thing. Sucking that water up out of the earth. Gonna need myself some more steel, cause it so hurts. More steel. We've got to have enough iron to do all this. Like, there's no way we don't have just, like, absurd quantities of iron laying around. We don't? Oh, it looks like we're out of iron, actually. So let's find an iron. Oh, they built it. Yay. So there is, we're generating 200 gallons of water from that. I wonder if it's going to drain it out over time. That requires bioplastics. We'll put that in right there so that we have a nice flow. We'll run that across the floor right there. Very cool. All right, sweet. So let's see how this cooking functions. Let's see how this whole thing works. I also need to dig up some more iron around somewhere. There's a little bit right there. Yeah, put the robots on mining duty. I'm sure they'll be okay. There we go. That'll work out. I should get like a running tally and like donate to charity or something for every time that I say something's not feature concluded and that it ends up being it, so that at least something good comes from it, you know? But then again, then you guys will be making counts for me, and I just don't want to put my audience to work like that. I gotta do something, though, to do better. Gotta do something to do better. This episode has just been mired with problems, I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna build towards the edge. I gotta find myself that iron. Dude, you guys are whittling through those walls. Good sweet lord. Alright, so most of the labor is now done. I spared you guys the nitty-gritty details of watching everything like get constructed and completed and everything else. We did find a little iron deposit over here. Whether or not that iron deposit is gonna be enough to get us to cloning... Did we get another robot? Dude, I didn't even see another robot. Where the shit did we get another robot from? Apparently, we have new roaming robots. Robot, you will wear the colors of your people. You have no choice. There we go. You will wear the colors of your people. I've mined out to the edge of the map. We also have another colonist over here, so I'm just going to pop that open right now. Because oxygen doesn't look like it works anyways. I could be wrong, but we have an oxygen thingamadoobie over here. And it's still got, like, all the little headers and whatnot inside of here for the code of the game or whatever, so... I'm assuming that that's not working. I've made that assumption a couple times during this series, and I've been wrong. However, hopefully, I want to make a clone chamber. Let's make a clone chamber with that clone danger. A clone manger, if you will. Needs bioplastic and steel ingots. Well, I know we've got bioplastic for like days. I don't think we're going to have an issue with that. I'm going to make a little bit more. Nope, not iron ingots. Don't need iron ingots. Need steel ingots. Make a couple more of those. I don't know how much iron we're sitting on, but it should be enough to get that project done. They're over here cooking meals, and so now we've got meals stored up inside of here, which is pretty awesome. We're taking out 2 potatoes each time and then putting in a meal. The meals are getting done very rapidly. She's also getting a bit better at cooking, although I think her low brain scores are making it so that maybe she levels up a little bit slower. It takes her a little bit longer to acquire the skill sets that she needs in order to get jobs done. Fran Zogage is the name of our new guy, and he is pretty much an all-arounder, so that's what I would assign him to. Just do whatever jobs are open. You've got the stats to do whatever, so do what... Oh, it's a female. Okay, lady, do whatever you're going to do, all right? I'm not going to micromanage you. That's not my job. That's not what I do. It's not how I get my thing done. Let's go ahead and deconstruct that, dude. I want this clone chamber bad. I want this clone chamber something fierce. So how does this work? It also needs water, so let's run some water into this bitch. Here we go. Here we go. Now here we go. Now here we go. And so some of the engineers or all-arounders should run out and get that done in just a minute. In fact, I think I see him. Yep, I think I see him carrying the thing. And so I just want to see what this thing does. That's all that I want to know. It's a clone grow. It's missing resource connections. It has electricity. It needs water now. And I bet it's just going to vat grow some moss in there. It's going to be rad. Vat growing people so we can force them into servitude. Welcome to the Nerd Castle, where you don't have a choice. We grow you in a vat, and then we tell you to pick up that heavy thing over there and carry it back and forth ad nauseum. Yeah, grow a clone. Do your thing. And then, actually, clones grow pretty fast. Good lord. We're getting clones at like a pretty breakneck rate. Whoa, let's slow down, science. Let's slow down. We may have done something we're not supposed to do. We might be advancing ourselves a little quickly. Oh, our vat clone is almost done. I wonder if I can name him Vatman. I am the Vatman. That's what I would name the guy that lives back here, like in this corridor, because I would assume that whoever grows human beings in a jar is just going to live back here. Are you the new guy? Jasmine, well, I thought it was... See, it needs an animation right there. It's got to fill up with water or something, and you can see like a little fetus like growing up inside of there, and then when it gets done, it pops open. It's like... Psss, and they like crawl out, and they're like, oh, I don't know language. But yeah, that's pretty much the game. This is Mercury Fallen. My name is Splattercat. Glad you could join me and just hang out for this little bit. Fun little game. Sorry about the miscommunication. You know how it goes. With early access games, you get that splash screen where it's like, oh yeah, not feature complete. And you're like, okay. And so then you like second guess the entire time. Like every time something doesn't work, you're like, oh, well, maybe the feature's not in yet. And then I did the oxygen thing and the feature wasn't in. So I just assumed it wasn't in for some of the other stuff like water and whatnot because oxygen wasn't working. And so I was like, all right, well, we figured it out though. In the end, we figured it out. We tore it all together. Sorry for disappointing you, as per usual. I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you for stopping on in. No more Mercury Falling. We've pretty much hit the end of the game. We're doing all the things that we can do for right now. I'll see you with whatever comes next. Thanks for stopping on in. Give the game a look, though. I got the link for you down below. Bye.